And welcome to KZB Academic Services, the best and finest academic services in the world. My name is Mr. Kazov, and as you can see on the board here, this is another interesting question that borders on quadratic functions. Okay, so here they are saying that this is a sketch of the graph y equals to x squared minus 2x minus 8. And what they are asking us, you can see that this graph has a minimum point. Why? Because it goes downwards. Okay, implying that a is greater than 0. Okay, implying that a is greater than 0. In this case, we have 1 greater than 0, which is the coefficient of x squared. Now, when you look at this graph, where they are telling us that we should find the coordinates of this is a, this is where a is, and this is where b is. Okay, how do we find this one? So here we'll say y is 0. Okay, this x-axis, we are taking it as y equals to 0 because that is true. So here we'll say x squared minus 2x minus 8 is equal to 0. And then let us just factorize this one. So here we have the product, which is negative 8 times the coefficient of x squared. We are factorizing, or we are solving this equation using the factorization method. So negative 8 times the coefficient of x squared, what we get is negative 8, and then the sum. The sum is just the coefficient of x, which is negative 2. Now the factors, we look for two numbers such that these numbers, when we multiply them, we get negative 4. And when we add these numbers, we get negative 2. What are these numbers? Okay, what are these numbers? So we say 4 and 2. Okay, so negative 4 and 2. If we multiply negative 4 times 2, what we get is negative 8. And when you add negative 4 plus 2, what we get is negative 4. Okay, so I'm going to substitute here where I'll say this is x squared minus 4x plus 2x minus 8 equals to 0. So you can see that this negative 2x, I have written it in terms of negative 4x plus 2x so that I have 4 terms. Now here I can group this one. I'll say x squared minus 4x, and then plus here I'll say 2x minus 8. This is equal to 0. Do you have any doubts or questions so far? Okay, very good. Now here we say x outside. Okay, so we have x minus 4, and then here plus 2 outside, because 2 is common. You can see here we have 2 and 2 there. So 2 outside, we have x minus 4 equals to 0. Now when you look at this one, what do you see? What do you see? Yes, exactly. So here we have x minus 4, x minus 4. These are common. Okay, these are common. So what do? We factor them out. We factor them out. So I'll put them outside. When I put these ones outside, I have x minus 4. Okay, outside, and then inside I'll have x plus 2, and then this is equal to 0. Now remember, this is x minus 4 is equal to 0, or x plus 2 is equal to 0. But this gives us x is equal to 4, implying that our b, the coordinate for b, because look at this is the positive, so here we say 4, 0. Remember that we said that y is 0 at this point. Okay, and then our a, you can see it's on the left hand side. Our a is on the left hand side, so here we have x equals to negative 2. Okay, so we have negative 2, 0. Okay, this is how we solve these simple and straightforward questions. Do you have any doubts? I don't think so. Okay, so this is biscuit called chikwako. Now, for finding the minimum point, remember at this point the gradient is 0. Okay, so when we differentiate, our dy dx at this point is equal to 0. Our dy dx at this point is equal to 0. Okay, now what does it mean? This is what it means. It means that at this point here, your x now is going to be 0. No, sorry, what am I saying? So at this point, your dy dx is equal to 0. So we can differentiate this point. Okay, we can differentiate this one, and then we say we can find the value of x. So here we can say our dy dx, when we differentiate this one, okay, our dy dx is 2x minus 2. So now dy dx, so our dy dx is 0. So we say 0 is equals to 2x minus 2, implying that 2x minus 2 is equals to 0, So 2x is equals to 2, meaning that x is equals to 1. Now when x is equals to 1, it means you just substitute there. Okay, since we are saying the minimum, since x is equals to 1, then our y is going to be where there is x squared minus, this is 2x minus 8. There, where there is x squared, put 1 minus 2 there, minus 8. Okay, what we get here is negative 1 minus 8, which is just negative 9. So we get our x, our minimum value is just x1, negative 9. Okay, so this one is not drawn to a scale, as you can see. Okay, it's supposed to be somewhere here. Okay, so here we have 1, negative 9. Okay, somewhere here. Is that okay? Yeah.